Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. You wake up in the morning, not to an alarm clock that drags you out of bed, but to a fire inside you that pulls you forward. You feel alive, you feel unstoppable, you know exactly where you're going. That's not luck, that's not destiny. That's mindset, a billionaire mindset. The difference between the people who live life on their knees and the ones who walk with power, purpose, and unshakable belief isn't money. It's mentality. You see, every billionaire wasn't born with a crown on their head. They were born with the same doubts, fears, and chaos as you and me. But somewhere along the way, they decided, really decided, that they would not settle for average, that they would not be trapped in the ordinary. That decision is where everything begins. The moment you stop living like life is happening to you and start living like life is happening for you, that's when the shift begins. To build a billionaire mindset, you must first understand that wealth is created in the mind long before it appears in the bank. The world is filled with people chasing money, but very few chasing growth. They work for survival, not expansion. They think, if only I had more money, I'd be happy. But billionaires think differently. They think, if I can become more valuable, money will chase me. The poor chase comfort. The rich chase challenge. That's the first step, to train your mind to find excitement in difficulty. Every obstacle is an invitation to grow stronger. Look at the world around you. The phones you use, the cars you admire, the clothes you wear, the apps you scroll. All of them exist because someone dared to think bigger than what was possible. That's the billionaire mindset. It's not about luxury, it's about legacy. It's not about showing off, it's about showing up. Every day with discipline, focus, and belief, even when no one is watching. You must stop seeing life as something you're a part of and start seeing yourself as the creator of it. You have to reprogram your brain to believe that you are in control. Most people never do that. They wake up reacting to bills, to notifications, to problems. They are prisoners of the present moment, locked in fear of the future. But billionaires, they think long-term. They play decades, not days. That's the difference between people who live paycheck to paycheck and those who build empires. The poor think, what can I get today? The rich think, what can I build that will serve tomorrow? It's not intelligence that makes them rich. It's patience. It's consistency. It's the ability to delay gratification for something far greater. If you want to think like a billionaire, you must understand this truth. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Every time you choose comfort over challenge, you reinforce weakness. Every time you run from discomfort, you run from your own potential. But every time you step into it, every time you say, I will not let fear control me, your mind grows stronger, sharper, more unstoppable. And listen carefully, billionaires don't think about what they can lose. They think about what they can learn. Most people are afraid of failure. They think failing means they're not good enough. But in the billionaire's world, failure is feedback. Every setback is a signal. Every rejection is redirection. Every mistake is a lesson in disguise. The ones who win are not the smartest. They're the ones who keep getting back up again and again and again. Think of your life as a mental gym. Every challenge is a weight. Most people drop the weight because it feels heavy, but billionaires lift it. They know the resistance builds strength. Every struggle you go through is shaping you, building you, carving you into someone capable of handling greatness. And here's the truth no one wants to admit. To develop a billionaire mindset, you have to be willing to be misunderstood. You have to be willing to walk alone. Because when you start thinking bigger, dreaming bigger, moving differently, the world won't get you. They'll say you've changed. They'll call you crazy. But remember, every visionary was called crazy until they changed the world. The billionaire mindset isn't loud, it's focused. It's not desperate, it's deliberate. It's not about talking, it's about doing. When others sleep, you plan. When others doubt, you execute. When others quit, you adapt. You understand that success isn't an explosion, it's evolution. It's built day by day, decision by decision, habit by habit. You must train your mind to focus on solutions, not problems. Billionaires don't complain about what's wrong. They ask, How can I fix this? They don't waste energy blaming others. They take responsibility, full, brutal responsibility, for everything in their life. That's the power that separates leaders from followers, because when you take responsibility, you take control. And once you take control, something magical happens. You start attracting opportunities, ideas, people, and energy that align with your vision. You stop chasing approval and start chasing mastery. You stop living for the weekend and start building a life you don't need to escape from. So, if you truly want to develop a billionaire mindset, start today by mastering your thoughts. Watch what you feed your mind. If you fill it with negativity, you'll live in scarcity. If you fill it with growth, you'll live in abundance. Read what inspires you. Listen to those who've done what you want to do. Surround yourself with energy that lifts you higher, because your environment shapes your evolution. Let me be real with you. You will be tempted to quit. You will feel tired, lost, and unsure. You will doubt yourself. But in those moments, remember this: a diamond is nothing but coal that refused to give up under pressure. You are that diamond. You are being shaped by fire, and the pressure you feel now is preparing you for a future so big you can't even imagine it yet. That's how billionaires think. They don't see problems, they see potential. They don't see competition, they see creation. They don't dream small, they dream impossibly big. And then they work until impossible becomes inevitable. So, don't just wish for success. Train for it. Build for it. Become the person who deserves it. Because the mindset you build determines the life you live. Remember, money doesn't make you rich. Mindset does. Every great transformation begins in silence. In those quiet moments when no one is watching, when the world is asleep and your thoughts are loud. That's where billionaires are born. Not in boardrooms, not in luxury offices, but in moments of solitude where they decide who they are going to become. Most people fear silence. They fill every second with noise, scrolling, talking, escaping. But those who master their mind know that silence is where clarity is born. You cannot create a billionaire life with a distracted mind. You must learn to focus so intensely that your goals become your obsession, not your option. The average person thinks once, gets distracted, and moves on. The billionaire thinks 1,000 times about the same thing until it becomes reality. They don't stop when it's convenient. They stop only when it's done. They live by one rule: discipline over emotion. If they feel tired, they still work. If they feel doubtful, they still move. If they feel fear, they still act. Because they know one truth: if you are controlled by your emotions, you will never control your life. Most people never achieve greatness because they let comfort dictate their destiny. They quit the moment it hurts, but billionaires, they lean into the pain. They see discomfort as the door to transformation. When it gets hard, they don't say, "Why me?" They say, "Try me." They know that growth doesn't come from doing what's easy, but from doing what's necessary. You see, there's something powerful about the way billionaires think about time. They treat time like their greatest currency, not money. They know money lost can be earned back, but time wasted is gone forever. Every minute is a weapon, and they use it with precision. They don't scroll for hours wondering why their life isn't changing. They use those hours to build, learn, create, and grow. That's the difference between someone wishing for success and someone working for it. If you truly want to develop a billionaire mindset, you must become obsessed with learning. Billionaires are not know-it-alls, they are learn-it-alls. They read, they listen, they study, and they evolve. They never stop improving, because they understand that the moment you think you've learned enough, you begin to die. Knowledge is the fuel that feeds ambition. Every day you learn, you sharpen your mind. Every book, every podcast, every mentor you listen to, that's mental wealth, and it compounds faster than any investment. But it's not just about learning, it's about applying. You can read 100 books, attend every seminar, follow every influencer, and still stay stuck if you don't take action. Billionaires are not just thinkers, they are doers. They execute. They take messy, imperfect action while others wait for the perfect time. And guess what? The perfect time never comes. You don't wait to feel ready. You act, and readiness follows. Your life changes when you stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like a creator. The world doesn't pay you for what you consume. It pays you for what you produce. So start creating. Create ideas, create solutions, create value. Every great fortune is built on solving a problem for the world. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger your reward. That's how billionaires think. Not about how can I make money, but how can I make impact? Money is the side effect of value. Let's talk about self-belief. Billionaires believe in themselves when no one else does. They have an unshakable faith that borders on delusion. They see opportunities where others see obstacles. When people doubt them, they use it as fuel. When people laugh at them, they smile because they know that the same people who mock them today will admire them tomorrow. You have to build that kind of faith, the kind that doesn't depend on outside validation, because the world will not believe in you until you do. And belief is not something you say, it's something you show through action. If you believe you're destined for greatness, act like it, move like it, speak like it. Stop treating your goals like hobbies. Stop negotiating with your dreams. Either you're all in or you're out. The universe doesn't reward half-hearted effort. It rewards commitment. Relentless, focused, unstoppable commitment. But here's the truth. Developing a billionaire mindset means you'll have to outgrow people. Not everyone is meant to go where you're going. Some will not understand your drive. Some will call you obsessed. Some will try to pull you back to comfort because your ambition reminds them of what they're not doing. Let them. Keep walking. Because your purpose is not to fit in, it's to stand out. The higher you rise, the thinner the air. And that's okay, because eagles don't fly in crowds. It's also about vision. Billionaires think in pictures. They can see their success long before it exists. They visualize it so clearly that their mind begins to move their body toward it. Visualization is not fantasy, it's focus. Every morning, take a moment to see where you're going. Feel it. Live it in your mind. The brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. When you see it vividly enough, your mind begins to believe it's possible. And once your mind believes, your actions follow. You must train yourself to handle pressure like it's nothing. Because the bigger your dream, the heavier the weight. Billionaires thrive under pressure because they understand it's the price of leadership. They don't complain about responsibility. They carry it with pride. They don't seek applause. They seek accountability. And when they fail, they don't hide. They analyze, they adapt, they rise again. And listen closely. One of the most important parts of the billionaire mindset is gratitude. Not fake gratitude, but real deep appreciation. Because success built on ego collapses. Success built on gratitude expands. Billionaires understand that gratitude doesn't make you weak. It keeps you grounded. It keeps your heart open while your empire grows. When you're grateful, you attract more things to be grateful for. When you complain, you attract more problems. So be grateful for your journey. Be grateful for the struggle. Be grateful for the lessons. Because every step, every setback, every sleepless night is shaping you into someone unbreakable. Billionaires are not superhumans. They are ordinary people who made extraordinary choices every single day. And right now you have that same power. The power to choose growth over comfort, vision over distraction, discipline over emotion. The billionaire mindset is not reserved for the few, it's available to the committed, to those who refuse to settle, to those who wake up every day and say, I will become more than I was yesterday. This is not motivation. This is transformation. This is the call to rise, to stop living like time is infinite, to stop dreaming and start building. Because every second that passes is either building your empire or burying your potential. You choose. You are capable of far more than you believe. You have ideas, energy, and potential waiting to be unleashed. But only when you decide, fully, completely, without hesitation, that you will not live an average life. That you will think, act, and move like the person you want to become, not the person you used to be. That's how billionaires are made. One decision, one mindset shift, one relentless day at a time. Every person wants success, but only a few are truly prepared to handle it. Because success doesn't come wrapped in comfort. It comes wrapped in challenge, sacrifice, and solitude. The billionaire mindset is not about wanting an easier life. It's about becoming stronger than every obstacle in your way. Most people pray for lighter burdens, but the ones who reach greatness pray for stronger backs. That's the difference. They don't escape the storm. They become the storm. Every billionaire has one common trait: obsession. They are obsessed with progress, obsessed with growth, obsessed with doing whatever it takes to make their vision real. They don't need motivation because their purpose fuels them. The world calls it obsession. They call it focus. You must find something that sets your soul on fire. Something so powerful that you'd rather fail chasing it than succeed doing something meaningless. Because when your mission becomes your identity, you become unstoppable. Average people think success is about luck, timing, or connections, but billionaires know it's about consistency. They show up when they don't feel like it. They work when others rest. They keep going long after the excitement is gone. Because they understand one thing: motivation fades, but habits stay. And if your habits are powerful, your future will be unstoppable. You must build habits that align with your vision. Wake up earlier than the world. Read more than the average mind. Plan more than the average worker. Execute faster than the average dreamer. The difference between a millionaire and a billionaire isn't intelligence, it's intensity. It's how deeply they commit to the process, even when no one is watching. And let's talk about failure, because failure is the language of success. Every billionaire has failed more times than most people have tried. They don't fear failure because they know it's part of the journey. The only real failure is refusing to try. When they fall, they don't ask, "Why me?" They ask, "What's the lesson?" That one shift, from frustration to learning, changes everything. It turns pain into progress. You have to stop treating your failures like tombstones. They are milestones. Every mistake is evidence that you're moving forward. Every rejection is redirection. Every no brings you closer to a yes. But you'll never experience this truth unless you're willing to take risks. The billionaire mindset thrives in uncertainty. They make decisions fast. They don't wait for all the answers, they create them. They know that perfection is the enemy of progress. You learn by doing, not by waiting. The truth is, billionaires think differently about responsibility. They never play the victim. They never say, "The economy is bad," or "People don't support me." They take full ownership of their results, every success, every failure, every delay. Because when you blame others, you give away your power. When you take ownership, you take control. The moment you realize that everything in your life is a reflection of your actions and mindset, you become powerful beyond belief. You must also master your emotions, because the world will test you, people will doubt you, criticize you, betray you. If you react emotionally every time someone challenges you, you'll lose your focus. Billionaires don't react, they respond. Calmly, strategically, intelligently. They understand that emotional control is a superpower. It allows them to think clearly when others panic. And in moments of chaos, calm minds create empires. And then comes the art of focus. Billionaires guard their focus like treasure. They say no to almost everything that doesn't serve their vision. They don't waste mental energy on gossip, negativity, or comparison. They know that where focus goes, energy flows. If you focus on problems, you get more problems. If you focus on solutions, you create opportunities. If you focus on growth, you attract abundance. So stop scattering your energy. Stop trying to do 100 things at once. Do a few things brilliantly. Billionaires live by systems, not emotions. They design their days, plan their priorities, and execute without excuses. They don't rely on willpower. They rely on structure. They automate discipline. That means waking up at the same time, working at the same intensity, learning with the same hunger, no matter how they feel. Discipline creates freedom. Because when you master your routine, you free your mind to think bigger. You see, the billionaire mindset is not something you try, it's something you become. It's a way of living, breathing, thinking, and acting. It's choosing purpose over pleasure, progress over perfection, and legacy over luxury. It's not about showing how rich you are. It's about showing how resilient you are. Let's talk about risk. Billionaires understand that the biggest risk in life is not taking any. They are willing to lose money, time, even reputation, but they are not willing to lose growth. They know that fear is the gatekeeper of success. Most people stop when they feel fear, but billionaires walk straight through it. They understand that courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision that something else is more important. Every time you act despite fear, your confidence grows. Every time you push past hesitation, your power expands. Confidence isn't built by talking, it's built by doing, by facing small fears daily until they no longer control you. The billionaire mindset thrives on action, not intention. You can't think your way to success. You have to move, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's uncertain. And remember, success is not a race, it's a rhythm. Billionaires don't sprint, they sustain. They understand that burnout is as dangerous as laziness. That's why they value health, sleep, and peace of mind as much as productivity. They know that energy is their real currency. Because when your energy is strong, your ideas are powerful. When your body is aligned, your focus becomes unstoppable. You can't build an empire with an exhausted mind. So protect your energy, guard your time, feed your body like it's your business, because it is. Another thing that separates billionaires is how they deal with rejection. When the world says no, they don't shrink, they adapt. Every rejection is simply proof that you're stretching beyond your comfort zone. If you've never been rejected, you're not dreaming big enough. Rejection means you're trying, you're moving, you're alive. Billionaires don't chase approval, they chase impact. They understand that being liked by everyone means you've never stood for anything. So be bold, be fearless in your truth. Speak your vision into existence even when no one claps. Because the right people will find you when you start walking your own path. The billionaire mindset is about leading, not following. About creating the trend, not joining it. About believing in yourself so deeply that the world eventually has no choice but to believe too. And above all, they never stop. They never arrive. They are always becoming, always learning, always evolving, because the moment you think you've made it, you begin to fall. The hunger must stay alive, the hunger to grow, to serve, to give, to build something that outlives you. That's what separates a billionaire mindset from the rest. They don't work for money, they work for meaning. They don't chase fame, they chase fulfillment. And that's what makes their success eternal. The mind is a battlefield. Every day you're fighting against your own doubts, fears, and distractions. And the truth is, the war is not with the world, it's within you. Billionaires win because they conquer the internal war first. They master the unseen, their thoughts, their emotions, their focus. The average person loses that war before the day even begins. They wake up, look at their phone, and surrender to chaos. But the billionaire wakes up with purpose. Before the world can distract them, they decide who they will be today. That's where power comes from, control over your own mind. You must train yourself to think clearly under pressure, to stay calm when everything feels uncertain. Because pressure doesn't create weakness, it exposes it. When you feel overwhelmed, remember, your emotions don't define you, your decisions do. The billionaire mindset is about emotional mastery. They don't react, they respond, they don't panic, they plan. And let's talk about planning. Billionaires don't hope for success, they plan for it. They live with intention. Every day has a purpose, every action has a direction. They don't wake up asking, what should I do today? They already know, because they built systems that make success inevitable. Planning is not boring, it's power. It's how you turn chaos into clarity. If you fail to plan, you've already planned to fail. You must also learn to detach from short-term gratification. The billionaire mindset is long-term by nature. They don't chase trends, they create legacies. They are willing to do today what others won't, to live tomorrow how others can't. When everyone else is chasing the quick win, they are building foundations that last decades. Patience is their superpower. Most people want success in 6 months. Billionaires are willing to work for 6 years without seeing a result. That's why they win. Because they understand that success is not an event, it's a process. a process that requires obsession, focus, and an unshakable belief that their time will come. And when it does, the world calls them lucky. But luck is simply preparation meeting opportunity. You have to stop underestimating the power of persistence. Every time you refuse to quit, you're training your mind to be unbreakable. Billionaires are not people who never fail. They are people who never stop. When others are exhausted, they push one more hour. When others are discouraged, they take one more shot. When others give up, they begin again. That persistence compounds over time into mastery. Now think about this. Most people waste their life waiting for confidence. They think they need confidence to start. But billionaires know the truth. Confidence comes from starting. You act first, then confidence grows. You don't need to believe fully in the beginning. You just need to begin. Because every small action builds proof, and proof builds power. You also need to develop courage, the kind of courage that keeps you moving even when no one claps for you. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's moving despite it. Every person who achieved greatness felt fear. The only difference is they didn't let fear decide for them. Fear will whisper that you're not ready, not capable, not worthy, but the billionaire mindset knows that fear is a liar. Fear disappears the moment you move. And let's not forget, environment matters. You can't have a billionaire mindset surrounded by small minds. Your circle either multiplies your energy or drains it. The people you spend time with are mirrors reflecting your future. Billionaires choose their circle wisely. They spend time with thinkers, dreamers, and doers, people who challenge them to grow, not those who keep them comfortable. Because comfort is contagious, but so is greatness. Surround yourself with people who talk about ideas, not gossip, people who inspire action, not excuses. Because your environment will either push you toward your destiny or pull you back into mediocrity. Protect your energy. Not everyone deserves access to you. Now, let's talk about leadership. Every billionaire is a leader, not because of their wealth, but because of their vision. Leadership isn't about controlling others, it's about inspiring them. It's about seeing what others can't, believing when others doubt, and taking responsibility when others run. True leaders don't wait for permission. They create direction. They stand tall in storms and remain calm in chaos. They lead not with power, but with purpose. To develop a billionaire mindset, you must start leading yourself. If you can't lead your own life, you can't lead anything greater. Lead your habits, lead your time, lead your thoughts. The stronger your self-leadership, the greater your influence will become. Leadership starts with discipline and ends with legacy. And here's something that few understand. Billionaires think in terms of value, not vanity. They don't chase attention, they chase impact. They measure success not by how much they have, but by how much they create. They understand that true wealth isn't just financial, it's intellectual, emotional, and spiritual. You can have millions and still be poor in peace, purpose, and relationships. Real wealth is freedom. The freedom to live life on your own terms. You must decide what wealth truly means to you. Because if your definition of success is borrowed from society, you'll always feel empty. Billionaires build according to their own blueprint, not someone else's. They know exactly why they want what they want, and that why becomes their fuel when times get hard. Purpose. That's what keeps billionaires awake at night and drives them through exhaustion. Purpose makes you unstoppable. Without purpose, you will quit. With purpose, you will walk through fire. Ask yourself, why do you want success? Is it to prove something or to build something? Is it to show the world or to serve it? The deeper your reason, the greater your resilience. And as your mindset grows, so must your humility. Billionaires may move like giants, but they think like students. They know that arrogance is the beginning of decline. They stay curious, open, always learning. Because the moment you think you know everything, you close the door to growth. Stay humble enough to learn from everyone, even those below you. Because every person you meet knows something you don't. And in that humility lies power. Because humility keeps you adaptable, grounded, and hungry. The world changes fast, and those who refuse to evolve get left behind. Billionaires adapt like water, fluid, flexible, always finding a way forward. That's why no crisis breaks them. They bend, but never break. Remember, life will test you. It will push you to your limits, break your plans, and challenge your dreams. But the billionaire mindset doesn't ask for an easy life. It asks for strength. It asks for wisdom. It asks for the courage to keep walking even when the road disappears. You are capable of more than you can imagine. The question is, will you demand it from yourself? Will you stop playing small and start thinking limitless? Because the world doesn't need another average dreamer. It needs you, the awakened version of you, the one who refuses to settle, the one who believes even when no one else does. That's what it means to have a billionaire mindset, to live intentionally, to think differently, to rise every time you fall, to lead with purpose, to grow with gratitude, to dream without limits. And now we reach the final truth, the point where the billionaire mindset stops being an idea and becomes who you are. Because at some point, you must stop listening and start becoming. You've learned what it takes: discipline, vision, persistence, courage, humility, focus, gratitude. But none of that matters unless you live it. Every day, every moment. This is not a speech, it's a mirror. Look into it and see who you truly are beneath the fear, beneath the doubt, beneath the excuses. You are not average. You never were. You just forgot what power feels like. The billionaire mindset is not about money. It's about mastery. Mastery over self. When you master yourself, wealth follows naturally. Because wealth is a reflection of value, and value is built by growth. You can't attract abundance while thinking in scarcity. You can't live big while acting small. You have to rise above your limitations and claim the life that's waiting for you. Because life doesn't give you what you wish for. It gives you what you demand through consistent action. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the perfect plan. Start where you are with what you have right now. That's how every empire began. One small, deliberate step in the direction of vision. You have to move first. Momentum doesn't come from thought, it comes from motion. Once you move, the universe aligns. Doors open, people appear. Opportunities multiply, but only for those who move. And as you move, remember, success will test you. It will demand sacrifice. You'll lose sleep, you'll lose friends, you'll lose comfort. But you will gain something far more powerful: freedom. The freedom to live life on your terms. The freedom to wake up with purpose. The freedom to say, I built this, I earned this, I became this. That feeling cannot be bought. It must be earned. So many people talk about wanting success, but they're not willing to become the kind of person success requires. They want the crown, but not the battle. The billionaire mindset is the opposite. It's choosing the hard road because you know it leads somewhere extraordinary. It's doing what others won't, so one day you can live how others can't. It's giving up temporary pleasure for permanent progress. It's staying loyal to your future, not your past. You have to understand, the world will never hand you greatness. You have to take it, with work, with discipline, with obsession. No one is coming to save you. You are the rescue mission. You are the answer to your own prayer. When you take full responsibility for your life, you stop waiting and start creating. And that's when everything changes. There will be moments when it feels like you're walking through darkness, when the vision you once saw so clearly becomes blurry, when you question why you even started. In those moments, remember this: the night is darkest before dawn. The struggle you're facing is not the end, it's preparation. Every storm you survive makes you sharper, wiser, stronger. The pain you feel today will become the power you use tomorrow. Keep going. Don't let the noise of doubt drown out the voice of destiny. The billionaire mindset is built on resilience, on the ability to take punches and still keep standing, to lose battles but still win the war. You cannot break someone who has decided not to quit. Be that person. Be unbreakable. Be unstoppable. When the world pushes you down, rise louder. When they doubt you, prove them wrong quietly. Let your results speak. Let your consistency roar. You have one life, one chance, one story to write. And every day you are writing it. through your actions, your discipline, your choices. The question is, are you writing a story worth reading, or are you repeating the same chapter of excuses and regret? The billionaire mindset is about rewriting your story, taking the pen back, becoming the author again. You can change your entire life in a single decision, the decision to never settle again. Remember, the mind creates before the body achieves. If you see yourself as average, you'll act average. If you see yourself as powerful, you'll act powerful. Your life is just a reflection of your internal beliefs, so stop saying I can't, start saying I will, stop saying I don't know how, start saying I'll figure it out. Billionaires aren't born with all the answers. They just refuse to let ignorance be an excuse. They learn, they adapt, they overcome. You have to protect your vision from the voices that say you can't. Don't share your dreams with people who gave up on theirs. Surround yourself with those who remind you that you can. Those who see greatness in you even when you forget it yourself. Because belief is contagious. Energy is contagious. And if you stay around people who think small, your dreams will shrink to fit their comfort. So protect your vision like treasure. Feed it every day with positivity, progress, and persistence. Speak life into it. Visualize it until it becomes real. Every morning, remind yourself who you are and what you're building. Don't let yesterday's failures define today's fire. The past is a lesson, not a limitation. The future is yours to design. And when you reach that place, when you start to feel momentum, success, progress, stay humble, stay grateful, because gratitude keeps abundance flowing. Every time you say thank you, you multiply your blessings. Gratitude is the language of abundance. It reminds you that you're not chasing happiness, you're creating it, that you don't need to wait for success to feel fulfilled. You can feel fulfilled right now in this moment, simply by being alive and aware. Never forget where you came from, but never let it define where you're going. Billionaires remember their roots, not to stay stuck in them, but to inspire others to rise from them. Use your story as strength. Use your pain as power. Because one day, someone will look at you and say, if they could do it, so can I. That's legacy. That's purpose. That's what it means to live a billionaire life. So right now, make a decision. Not a wish, not a hope, a decision. Decide that from this moment forward, you will live differently. Think differently. Move differently. No more excuses, no more fear, no more waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time is now. The perfect person is you. The perfect place is here. Breathe deeply and say it. I am ready. Ready to build, ready to learn, ready to evolve, ready to lead. Because the billionaire mindset isn't about reaching a number. It's about reaching your potential. It's about becoming the greatest version of yourself. The one who never gives up. The one who inspires others just by existing. The one who turns pain into purpose and struggle into strength. You are powerful beyond measure. You are capable of more than the world expects from you. Don't waste that potential in fear. Don't bury your dreams under doubt. Rise, build, become. Let your life be proof that with the right mindset, nothing is impossible. Because the truth is, the billionaire mindset isn't about having $1 billion. It's about having 1 billion reasons to keep going, 1 billion moments of resilience, 1 billion acts of courage, 1 billion ways to give back. That's true wealth, to grow, to give, to inspire. So go, start, move, build. Every second counts. The future is waiting for you to claim it. And when you do, you'll realize the billionaire mindset was never about money. It was about freedom. Freedom to think, to grow, to create, to become. This is your time. This is your life. And it begins now.